What's up, everybody? Sausage here. Today we're diving into Passenger 3, a horror game that drops you into the lonely, eerie world of a third shift bus station. With retro PS1 style graphics, it's got that nostalgic creep factor, but does the game's atmosphere and gameplay live up to the late night chills? Let's talk about that. So, in Passenger 23, you're a student who starts a new job as a third shift bus station cashier. This bus stop is located near an accident that took place about 10 years ago, killing 22 passengers, and the 23rd passenger went missing, but they were never found. Overall, it isn't a bad story, it's quite simple and it's to the point. There were a few story elements here and there that didn't really click for me, but in the grand scheme of the entire game, it wasn't really a big deal. Moving on to the gameplay, as a third shift cashier at this bus stop, your main responsibilities are to pick up the trash of customers because apparently they were raised to live like animals, and to sweep the floors of dirt after they leave. During the visits, however, you'll end up playing as a cashier, which isn't hard, you're just required to scan items, and then you also have to press a button to let people use the restroom. This mechanic is simulating the process of buying a token and then using the token to use the public restroom. I think that might be a unique thing to certain European countries, as this game is playable in both English and Turkish, and so if there are any Turkish people watching, leave a comment below about whether this is accurate or not. Anyway, occasionally throughout the night, the power will go out, and so you'll need to walk around back to flip the power back on by playing a small little mini game, but it's not that difficult. Being a horror game, there are some jump scares, but they're not too bad. I absolutely hate jump scares, so if I can handle these, then there'll be no problem for most other people, I would imagine. As for the graphics and art, it's got your typical PS1 vibes. It isn't good, and it isn't necessarily bad either. The game just looks kind of grungy and gross due to the color palette mostly, but PS1 styled horror games have become popular over the past couple years, and so this is one of those games where visually, you'll know immediately if you like it or not. Personally, I liked it. I thought it looked pretty good. It almost has a cozy feel because it's in the middle of winter, but it is a horror game. Now, quickly, I do want to cover the soundtrack. For the most part, the game is silent, which definitely helps build the atmosphere of isolation, but when there is sound or music, it definitely has that unsettling vibe to it. It's really nice. Lastly, let's talk about the time. Passenger 23 costs $2 on Steam, and I got just under 45 minutes of gameplay out of it. With all of that said, Passenger 23 earns a rating of 7 sausages out of 10. Passenger 23 is in every sense average, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a short game with an average story. The game could have been stretched to be a little bit longer maybe by adding more mechanics, or maybe by adding more NPCs with dialogue. The story also wasn't bad by any means either. I just think that they should have kept it in the oven for a little bit longer. It's kind of like a pizza. It can be fully cooked with a golden brown crust, but it just tastes a little bit better with those slightly burnt spots on it. This game could have benefited from those slightly burnt spots, but it's still pretty good. As for the gameplay, like I said, it isn't bad. It could have just used a couple extra mechanics. The jump scares aren't that bad either, which I personally am happy for since I hate jump scares, but I'll be honest, maybe it was due to the power going out, but I kept thinking, wouldn't it be funny if the hash-slinging slasher showed up? The price isn't bad. It's $2 for a game I got 45 minutes out of. Ultimately, I wouldn't really blame you for wanting to get it at maybe 25 or 50% off either, but it is only $2, so it's not really going to break the bank anyway. And that's my review of Passenger 23. If you got this far, consider liking, subscribing, and leaving a little comment below, but if not, just know that I appreciate your viewership nonetheless. I also stream on Twitch occasionally. I have a Discord for both content creators and casual viewers alike, and I'm a Steam curator, so consider following me on all of those platforms as well. I'll leave a link for everything in the description below. Anyway, I think I'm going to cut my review here. Mahoney out.